good morning. I have here an humble potato. So I'm going to do another in my series of potato videos, different ways to cook potatoes. We have potatoes dauphinoise, we have potatoes fondant, we have all different kinds of fried potatoes and potato salad. Potatoes are a staple in most scratch cooking kitchen. For me, it's kind of hard because I really hardly eat any potatoes. Fred eats potatoes, but I eat kind of low carb, so I don't eat that many potatoes. So when I cook them, I'll have a bite or two and then leave the rest of them for Fred. But that's okay. He'll eat them all day long. We're going to do cottage fries today. You may call them home fries. Cottage fries are not much different. They're a little bit thicker than a potato chip. Probably not as chunky as what most folks call home fries when I call them cottage fries. But the goal here is to make them crisp on the outside, soft and tender on the inside, and you can accomplish that best by a double cook, and that could either mean bake them first and then cut them up and fry them, or it could mean frying them twice. So I've shown you both ways on different potatoes. These we're going to fry twice, and the cut's pretty important, and it's actually kind of hard for me to cut on camera, but I'm going to give it a shot. So cottage fries, you can cut them either long ways or width. Cut them on the width of the potato, the shortcut. I'm going to make these the shortcut, and I'm going to slice off a little tiny bit on the bottom. To get a little stability, and then I'm going to slice off just a little bit on the ends because those ends won't fry up nicely. And we want to cut these about a little bit less than a ½ inch, and you want to try, by the way, I wash these potatoes first, you want to try to get your potatoes close to the same size. And you know, if you don't, it's not the end of the world, but you get a better finished product the closer to the same size you get the slices. And I'm not doing a fast cut on this because I'm kind of trying to watch my size. So I have a bowl of clear cold water here. Gonna put it down in there. And of course, you know, if you want to, you can peel them first. But it's optional. I'm getting a lot of potatoes lately with bad spots. That end off. That end off. Okay, so let's just remember, I'm not a chef. I am a Southern grandma cook. So if there's something your grandma cooked that you want to know how to cook, there's a fairly good chance I either know how or know somebody who does. So just let me know what it is. Small potatoes, medium to small potatoes. We're going to let these sit in this water, 30 minutes to an hour or so. We're going to let some of the starch leach out, and I'll be back. Soak for about an hour, and we're going to spread them out on a clean cloth, or you can use paper towels. Just like anything else, potatoes don't brown if they're wet. I have my oil heating on the stove. Gonna let these dry for a couple minutes and I'll meet you at the stove. And I just checked the temperature of my oil by dropping a little piece in, and it sizzled right away. And this is a good bit of oil. It's like deep frying, but not quite. This is sunflower oil. You can use grapeseed oil, you can use peanut oil, you can use lard. I'm dropping these in individually on purpose. I don't want them to stick together. And I have a paper towel lined plate over here. This is the first cook. When I get them in, I'm going to cook them for 3 minutes, which won't get them done, but it will start the process. Okay, that's been 3 minutes. These are not done, but we're taking them up. They have just barely started to get a tiny little bit of brown on. Okay, I'm going to spread these out on the plate, set them to the side, let them cool 15-20 minutes. I'll just move this hot oil over to another eye and then finish these up right before breakfast. Okay, I'm back. It's been about 45 minutes. I have the oil heating up. I'm going to check it again. Yes, it's good and hot. Our potatoes have cooled. If you hear it crunching, I'm over here crunching on fried strickling, because that's the meat we're having with our breakfast this morning. It's so good, and I'll have a separate video of fried strickling and red-eye gravy. Okay, these are going to cook now for about 5 minutes. I'll watch closely, because I don't want to burn them, but I want them crunchy. Okay, my 5-minute timer went off, and they were not crunchy enough to suit me, so I'm letting them go longer. You know, stoves vary, temperature varies, the moisture in the potato varies. These are going to take at least 5 minutes, but I'm up to about 7 right now. And I'm listening for, when you move them around, you hear, I don't know if you can hear it, a rustle, a crunch. And that's how you'll know when they're ready. They're about there. Put them on a paper towel over here. Okay, we're going to sprinkle a little salt. That's some coarse ground kosher salt. And here you have it. If you can Hear the little bit of crunch there? And I'm going to have one. Yeah, I have to have ketchup, even for breakfast. But this is homemade ketchup from organic tomatoes. Made it myself. And yes, I'm double dipping. It's my ketchup. I want you to see the inside. That inside is soft and tender, and the outside is crunchy and brown. This is how I like my home fries, or cottage fries. I think it depends on what part of the country you're in. Thank you for joining us on Debbie's Back Porch. Fred and I are going to have our breakfast now. Hope to see you again later.